Hello, everybody. Hey, we're here with Coach Chris today. It's actually a Tuesday, and I know many of you master swimmers, when you think of your early Tuesday mornings, you think of Coach Chris. And we're going to do a quick interview with Chris and see what he's up to during these craziest times we've all been through. So, Chris, how are you today?
That's all I've been doing this entire quarantine is thinking of really good Tuesday morning 7 a.m. sets to give masters. So yeah, they're in for it when we reopen. We've got some good ones for sure.
Actually, it's something I've been thinking about, like, you know, with the age groupers, like, it's just, man, you're gonna have to start back real moderate, I guess.
Right? Yeah, right. Yeah, no hundreds on 115 or 110 anytime soon. That's for sure.
No. I wonder even like what is our, so Jeremy said, like, his big thing when this is all over, he just wants to get back in the pool and like, right? I don't even know like what our emotional or our drive's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna push off the wall when we're back in the pool and like, yeah, let's kill it? Or are you gonna be like, I don't think, you know what I'm saying?
Should we just turn off the pace clocks for the first week or two?
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just turn off yeah, actually, I think it's a good idea. Yeah. Or maybe cover them somehow so we still know the time. Or maybe just cover the seconds or something.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be crazy. So what have you been doing for exercise?
Not a ton. I've got a friend that's doing a few Zoom workouts a week for about 30 minutes, kind of focusing on core, arms, or leg, depending on the day. So I've been hitting up a few of those, and then going on walks a lot, either with you or just around my block here in the neighborhood. But it's been challenging to do anything on my own. I've got to have someone that motivates me to get out there, or somebody on a Zoom watching me and making sure I'm doing it. Any kind of YouTube workouts or Instagram workouts that I tried didn't last very long. So I had a rowing machine here in my apartment, which is not very big, for about 2 weeks, and it just became a piece of furniture. I didn't use it very much, so I took it back to the rowing place, and so just trying to do what I can, but it hasn't been much. I wouldn't want to race you right now.
No. It is, yeah. Well, like we were saying earlier, it's just hard to kind of gear up right now, you know, even if no matter what. So you work in the real estate world, right? What has there been any change in how all that works or anything?
Well, in the real estate world now, my job has been in business development for title insurance, and that was having coffee meetings, lunch meetings, happy hours, taking people out golfing, and trying to get them to use our title company when they are selling or refinancing or doing a construction loan for a property. So my day-to-day, which used to be that, has been affected pretty greatly from that. So I've been at home since the stay-at-home order was in place, have not gone to the office, and really I've just been making phone calls every day. Not a ton, just a few phone calls, checking with my current clients and seeing how they're doing. Now, most of them aren't really doing much. They're just kind of pausing and waiting to see what the outcome of this is. So, the first week or two was interesting. You talk to people and kind of get their sense of what was going to happen. But the longer that it's gone on, the more you're having the same conversation where everyone's just kind of speculating and no one really knows. So I think it's just, there's some people that have kind of gotten tired of having those same conversations over and over, because it's all just kind of up in the air right now in the commercial real estate world.
So when you call them, are you using a phone? Or are you Zooming them? Or
yeah, I've just been using the phone. I haven't. I've had a few Zoom meetings that are more kind of group chats with a group of people in real estate, but I've just been using the traditional good old phone. And not making it too long and not asking too much about specific deals, just more, hey, how are you doing?
No.
What are you seeing out there? And just checking in with them. So it's not really, I don't think, in my personal opinion, a great time to be selling or really pushing someone for business. It's more, I'm just, hey, I'm here, just checking in on you, seeing how you're doing. And so that's been what I've been up to. Now that the golf courses are reopened, though, I am going back out there and taking a few people to golf. So that's been a nice thing. I went out there last week twice with some guys that I know pretty well in the real estate world and played some golf. So that was nice. You have to walk the course, so that gets tiring. You haven't ever done that.
You can't social distance in the cart. Is that the thought?
Nope. So everyone carries their own bag, and I leave a few clubs at home to make it a little bit lighter. And but it's good. If the weather's nice, it's a great little outing and good exercise.
So when you meet people, you're saying you take them out to coffee or lunch or something. When this is, or I don't know when this is over, if it's ever over, I don't know.
Right.
But are you going to do it differently or?
That's a great question. I don't know what that's going to look like. Obviously, we've got things reopening on Friday, and so there is the ability to do that. I don't know how many people are actually going to want to do that, or how long it's going to take people to get comfortable with doing that again. A lot of it, besides that, is group events, luncheons and happy hours and networking events. I think those are a long ways away from happening. But just the coffee meetings, we'll see. It just kind of depends on who's comfortable doing them. But I think I'm going to be working from home and on phone more than anything, at least for the next month or so.
And your company's cool with that?
Yeah. They understand the reality of the situation. So I was talking to Jeremy on one of these, and we were talking about how, like, it's hard to imagine that Manhattan, New York, Brooklyn, wherever it's hard to imagine that after this crisis that their real estate is going to be as attractive. It's just hard to imagine, right? Right.
I guess, gosh, I hate to bring up that one tragedy after another, but maybe they said that after 9/11. I don't know. This feels different than that. But so do you think Austin's going to, like, Austin, when this is, how's that going to look, you think?
Well, I don't know, but I've been listening to a lot of webinars, talking to a lot of brokers. The sentiment is that Austin, kind of like in the last recession, is going to come out pretty strong from this, that there is still going to be demand in the office space in Austin. A lot of companies that are based in New York or in San Francisco and these densely populated cities are going to want to get out of there and come to Austin. Google does a survey of all their employees, and Austin always comes out on top as far as worker satisfaction, quality of life. So Austin's still a desirable place for companies to move. So the thought is that, depending on when we come out of this, because that's a huge factor. If it's just another couple months, which I don't think it will be, then we should be able to bounce back pretty quickly. But if it's, another year of this on and off, then that might not be the case. But right now, I think the thought is that, Austin is still a, high demand place to live and good quality of life. And, relative to the New Yorks and the San Franciscos, cheaper. And so it's going to be a place that people are going to want to be. So the outlook for Austin is still positive.
It's still good.
So
one thing I've noticed, Austin is known for good restaurants. It hasn't always been the case, but it's been known for good restaurants. And I, like you were saying, I think that probably is part of the quality of life you were just talking about. And I've been impressed with how many restaurants where in the past I couldn't have gotten a table without waiting an hour or whatever. Now I can just pick it up on the curb and take off, right? For eating and stuff, what have you been doing? Have you been cooking more at home, supporting local restaurants?
Yeah, I go through phases. I actually, I've done the grocery run a couple times, and when I do that, I typically cook a lot of food for one person. And so I've got, you know, quinoa vegetable soup for 4 or 5 days to eat. So, and then once I go through all that, I'm tired of it. And so then I go back to going down the street to Taco Flats and getting tacos, or
Right.
I've got Cipollina. I'm on West Lynn, so I've got lots of restaurants. The only one that closed down was, well, I shouldn't say the only one. Galaxy Cafe closed its doors even for to go, and then Josephine House did as well. But Jeffrey's is open. Still haven't done that one. But I've got Cipollina. I've got Taco Flats. And then I've got the grocery store, Fresh Plus, right across the street, so I can pop in there whenever I need to.
Yeah, I love Fresh Plus. It's a great store. Love Fresh Plus.
Yeah.
Hey, so how's your sleeping been? Have you been on a, like, have your rhythms been good?
I think that's, you know, for the most part, I've shifted maybe an hour or two later. I don't have to be up for any swim practices.
Right.
Or early coffee meetings, so I might stay up a little bit later watching a Netflix show or something, and you know, where I typically would go to bed between, I don't know, 9:30 and 10:30. Maybe I'm going 10:30 to 11:30 now, so just a little bit. But you know, it's kind of random. Depends.
Yeah.
But nothing too crazy on that front.
Have you been sleeping? I'm only saying at our house it hasn't been great. We're getting better, but have you been sleeping well?
For the most part.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Good.
I think it depends on how many beers I'm having before I go to bed. But I've been doing a pretty good job about that. So
good.
Yeah, so it hasn't affected me on that front too much.
Have there been any new? Is anything new you've been doing, like unexpected?
Well, you know, I have a lot more time at my apartment. I did bring back my piano from my parents' house. And so I've been messing around with that a little bit and picking up my guitar that I've had for years and years a little bit more. I haven't improved at all, but you know, it's just been a way to break up the day. And you know, I've tried to read a little bit more, but I just get distracted so easily. So that's been difficult to try to. But you know, the piano, you can sit for 5-10 minutes and same with guitar.
Right.
And so I'll throw that in there to mix it up a little bit. But there's lots of just walking in circles in my apartment.
Oh, you know,
just distracted. Like, what now? What should I do now? What should I do now? Yeah,
right. I know that feeling of getting distracted, or what at the moment can keep me going. When I heard that, you know, they might be reducing the restrictions, you know, starting to open up, I was like, oh, geez, and I haven't even started learning French yet, and I still can't, you know, all these things I was supposed to do. I'm I mean, to have coronavirus shame is something I didn't expect. So what?
Yeah, no new languages, no like, you know, encyclopedias read or anything like that. But I made it, or I'm making it.
Right. You made it pretty much emotionally intact. Right. That's
exactly.
Like success. Yes.
Yeah.
So in the whole process, maybe it's the right word. I don't know. What unexpected thing have you noticed that you didn't expect?
Well, I think one event that I was really surprised at is I had my 39th birthday on April 7th.
Right.
And, you know, where it's typical years, I'd say, hey, everyone show up at this bar this afternoon. Let's all hang out and drink beers and have a good afternoon. And so obviously I couldn't do that. So I have a friend who's a DJ, and I had him Zoom online, DJ a set, and then I had all my friends on mute, just show up and wear a costume and dance. And we had 75 people, I think, throughout the whole thing for an hour, just dancing to this DJ on mute. And not only that, but just the number of people that, you know, brought over cupcakes or food or reached out on my birthday. Like, I thought that going into it, I'm like, well, I'm not really going to expect much. You know, it's my birthday. Right. You can't really do anything. But I think because people had the time and were at home and were recognizing that it was my birthday and had the time to reach out and do things that they normally wouldn't on a regular Tuesday, they're just busy with life. They don't have the time to do that. So the amount of people that reached out and participated in my birthday party and did things for me that day was it was pretty awesome. I did not expect that, and that was
That
great.
is awesome. And I think birthdays during coronavirus is that's as unlucky as having a birthday on Christmas or something like that.
Right.
Right.
No, it turned out great. I'm glad it wasn't my 40th, but
sure. Yeah.
But no, it was good.
Hopefully next year it won't be a Zoom birthday party. So of the 75 people, and how far away did they actually live? Like, what were the furthest people away?
There was a guy in Dublin, Ireland, that was on there, which would have been probably about 1 a.m. in the morning for him. And then a few people in California. Yeah, they were all over. New York, Miami, LA.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
my parents were on there.
Oh, great.
Showing their moves. And then my little 3-year-old nephew in San Francisco was on there. So it was good. It was a great mix of people, and everyone had a great time with smiling. So it was good.
I can't imagine having 75 tiles on my screen, but that's awesome though.
Yeah, it was kind of difficult for me to dance and enjoy myself, and then you click into the next screen to see people and click into the next screen. So I was kind of all over the place.
You could have done a John Travolta move and just, every so often.
Yeah, right. Right.
Okay. Hey, thanks a lot. I got one more question for you before we say good day. When it's over, or even maybe it's a two-part question. When do you feel when will you, Chris, feel like, okay, we're kind of back to normal now? And when you get to that point, what are you going to do to celebrate?
Well, the back to normal thing, that's a great question. I feel like this situation's so fluid and you're finding out new information, but I think for me, it's going to be at some point just kind of seeing how many people are infected out there and what's going on, and taking the calculated risk of, okay, it doesn't seem to be too bad. I'm willing to go out here and do these things while keeping my distance, while washing my hands, while being smart about it. So I don't know when it goes back to before where you're not really thinking about those things. That might be when we have a vaccine, but I could foresee for sure this summer. I've got a friend's wedding in August that I'm hoping still happens up in Idaho. So I'd love to get up there and do that. I think the main thing is going out and taking a vacation would be great. So
like going out to, I'm sorry.
I've had some friends that have been looking at, houses over the summer to like, hey, let's all go rent a house in Colorado and, hike for a few days, cook dinner, and, hey, let's go stay at a resort hotel, where there's a bunch of people, but just kind of like, hey, let's take a vacation together, but let's keep it more confined to our group where we can kind of control that a little bit more.
Yeah, I think outdoor camping might be more popular this summer than resort hotel.
So that's, what I'm looking forward to, but I'm not sure when that's going to happen, where everyone can be comfortable with it.
Right. And it really does seem like there's a broad range of what is and isn't comfortable.
Right.
Yeah. I
feel for my parents the most. My parents are in their early 70s down in South Austin, and they do not enjoy being in Austin in the hot summers. So their schedule has been every June they're traveling over to Europe or somewhere, and then every July they're spending with my nephew and sister and brother-in-law out in San Francisco, and that's kind of been their routine. And they consider themselves at risk, and so I think that's not on their agenda this summer. And so, whereas I think and I understand there's still risk for me, but I'm willing to go out there and maybe do a few more things than they are. And so I think that they're going to be a little bit more isolated for longer, and that's going to be hard for them because they're definitely used to being in cooler temperatures.
Sure. So they're saying no to Europe. Are they saying no to San Francisco too?
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if that changes. My sister's pretty adamant about me staying away from them, and
Oh.
she's a little bit more concerned about this than I am.
Uh-huh.
Not that I'm not concerned,
No.
but I'm getting New York Times articles every single day. So.
Oh, from her.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So.
I guess again, I'm not here to say that's wrong or right. It's just
everyone. It's been interesting. That's been interesting in my friend group, just how everyone has handled it. Some people are super isolated and don't want to see anyone, and I've got people that are on the other end that I can't believe how many people they've been hanging out with. And so we're all over the spectrum here, and who knows what's right or wrong, but you definitely just kind of had to accept that you've got friends that maybe don't want to see you right now because that's concern of theirs.
Right. Yeah, I think some of my friends are kind of, maybe more acquaintances, I guess, are kind of thankful they don't get this thing right, Corona or not. Right? But I have to say that I am kind of proud. Maybe proud's not the right word. Impressed, but almost every person I see has taken this seriously, to a large degree. Maybe not as serious as the most serious person, but
right.
I don't see a lot of people yelling and fighting at the grocery store, like, I shouldn't have to stand 6 feet apart. They're like, okay, hey, look, we're going to get through this. It's, we don't know the answer. And I've been pretty proud of how fellow Austinites have been handling it. We don't know. Let's do our best we can and be considerate. I actually feel like people are being nicer to each other. More people are saying hi, kind of like it used to be to some degree, but hi, how you doing? Sometimes how you doing through the mask, but still, I'm very, very proud of it. Anyway, sorry to ramble on there. Hey, well, thank you for chatting with us today.
Thanks for having me.